I'm gonna come around it. Rock it. Can I rock it? Yes. Now can I rock it?
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see Toronto.
Welcome, folks, to what how it's ended up.
Well, Kevin Durant.
A two-way player, to be sure, D.A. Thanks. Well, we're around the halfway point outdoors. Some clubs are obviously in a rebuild mode, but it can be hard for many team owners to accept that and accept that path they're on.
Well, when you've been the guy to make that financial investment, there can be a little bit of impatience because one of your responsibilities is keep people in the seats. You've got to pay the bills. What you have to do is you make clear to the fans the vision that they have. If you make it clear, Kev, maybe they can sort of embrace the rebuild and celebrate the step-by-step progress.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. JaVale McGee is out there with Collins. And it's Durant. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Dinwiddie in at the one. LaVine inside the three-point line. And good. He got the English that time as it falls.
Well, in the screen and roll situation, Zach makes the right decision.
Paul kicks to Plumlee. Outside Butler. This arena in downtown Phoenix opened in 1992. Doors in 2022, they can opt out of their lease. Otherwise, they'll be locked in for another 10 years.
Well, they're currently playing in the 6th oldest NBA arena, and the Suns are hoping to either renovate that building or build a brand new one. The question becomes, of course, who pays for it?
Dinwiddie passes to LaVine. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. That's 7 points for Zach LaVine.
Boy, phenomenal decision-making from the young guard, Spencer Dinwiddie. Nicely done, putting it on time and on target.
Now, here's Butler. His last outing, we saw him pour in 22, and he makes that one.
Oh, he is one hard player to deal with at the offensive end.
Dinwiddie kicks to Collins. For three, Durant. Another three for Phoenix.
And early on, they've been nearly perfect from the floor. Just the one miss here on their first 5 attempts.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Great open look there. Plumlee's got his first 3 points of the game.
And that's how you answer back.
Well, you can tell that was a little give good, get good. Executed well on the offensive end, connects on the deep threat.
Now here's Durant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee. The shot's good from McGee.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Boy, seizing control right away. Send a message on that possession.
Here's Paul, following the score by Phoenix. Outside Butler. Phoenix grabs the miss.
Affecting the shot in a big way there. Excellent defense.
Well, you talk about getting into the space of the shooter. This is how you defend the paint. Boy, gentlemen, you just love to see that aggressiveness. He's not afraid to get after it.
Paul outside. Passes it to Gordon. Lets it go from deep. That shot missing. The Suns go the other way with it. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad. Inside, here's Collins, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Aaron Gordon. And when you watch Collins play, Greg, you just can't help but notice how athletic he is going to the rim.
Man, his hang time and ability to throw it down make him an ideal finisher inside. Very efficient because he's not only a strong finisher, but also enjoys attacking the rim. And does a great job, I think, of picking up misses, just being a pest for the defense.
The shot and game clock separated by 4, and the jam by Levine.
Well, one of those young players, Zach LaVine, just getting better and better.
Toronto trails by 7. Ball outside. Pass to Matthews. Lets it go from deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Chris Ball talks about the matchups he faces at the point.
The toughest position in the NBA night.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a look at the Suns' performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Listen, early on taking the league, I just like their approach offensively.
I think their play calling has been exceptional. They've played with purpose, and they've played with aggressiveness.
Jimmy Butler is out there with Aaron Gordon. Then it's Chris Paul. Then there's Plumlee, and it's Matthews in at the 2 guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Dinwiddie passes to Collins. Now Durant lets the 3 fly. Second chance shot. McGee dishes to Dinwiddie, and the shot goes down. Dinwiddie's got the lead up to 7 now for the Suns.
A great size at the point guard position. Dinwiddie, fantastic getting into the paint and making the defense pay.
Knocks it loose. Here's Levine. Toronto grabs the miss. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, and anytime you can get the looks they got and have the ability to shoot it like they do, that is a lethal combination.
Well, Greg, how about the field goal percentage and how impressive that was? They seem to be knocking everything down.
Here's Collins. After Wesley Matthews' score, Durant finds McGee. Now Durant. He's covered by Matthews. And Durant, here we go. Clock at 6. The offensive prowess of Kevin Durant. We knew it even back in high school, but winning the NBA scoring title at age 21, Doris, that really sealed the deal.
Yeah, in fact, Kevin, becoming the youngest player to ever win a scoring title. He's obviously gone on to do it multiple times. And to me, where he's really advanced is his ability to make plays for the teammates around him. Kevin Durant prides himself on affecting winning at both ends of the floor.
That's a 2 from Paul, and again it's Toronto converting.
Boy, that is not the shot they were hoping for, but they'll take the result.
Dinwiddie surveying the floor. He dishes it to Levine. Here's Dinwiddie. He's covered by Matthews. In the corner, Collins with it. Here's Dinwiddie. Suns with the new shot clock. Butler against Durant. Shot clock at 6. Tipped away and stolen by Butler. Here's Paul, and the layup's good off the glass. Paul's got his second basket.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Dinwiddie kicks to Collins. Durant against Butler. Now here's Durant. He's guarded closely. 6 on the shot clock. Over Butler. And the Suns miss again. Toronto trails by 3.
And this is obviously where you'd like to see a 2-for-1.
Absolutely. You have to execute. No reason why they can't get a couple of chances at scores.
Now here's Paul. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Durant. Shots good by Butler. Butler's got 6 points.
Well, there's a gritty nature to what Jimmy Butler does, just outworking people down low.
Outside, Levine kicks to Durant. Over Butler. No good on the last second attempt there. And that'll do it for the... Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the
2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Zach LaVine was the man in the first. He had 9 points and 2 rebounds. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Really great rebounding effort, Ernie, so far. They're putting up some nice numbers in that category. That's the big...
And that wraps up the half.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Zach LaVine, he's really been playing well.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. They've got Levine. John Collins is out there with Durant, and there's JaVale McGee. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 1 spot. Now here's Paul. He kicks to Gordon. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Gordon's got his first bucket of the night. Locker room presence, one of the aspects that gets overlooked by fans, but Doris, not by coaches. And there are some players who have that presence.
You know what, Kevin? And this can take the shape of a lot of different things. So one guy that comes to mind is Sean Livingston. Always calm, always about team. Thaddeus Young is not a name necessarily that is at the top of everybody's best player list, but anyone who's ever coached Thad Young believes in his ability to affect positively a locker room. Then you have those guys who maybe are going to challenge you a little bit more, but ultimately are good for the team. And I would cite Draymond Green, who will call out a teammate if necessary, push them to greater heights. You need both kinds, I think, Kevin, in your locker room.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
Paul outside. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. And there it is for him. 9 points for Mason Plumlee.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
Suns leading by 4. Here's Dinwiddie. He has 5. Pass to Levine. Shoots the 3. Dinwiddie dishes to McGee. Levine deciding where to go with it. Now the pass to Collins. Goes back up, and the layup is up and in. And the Suns lead by 6.
Yeah, Levine finding the open man. The difference for him right now, playing under control.
Paul with the ball. Left side, Gordon. Off target on the 15-footer.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category. Zach LaVine, a high riser. The 2-time dunk contest champ, making his return from that ACL surgery. He can be an explosive scorer.
Now here's Paul. Here's Plumlee. JaVale McGee grabs the miss.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Durant for 3. No good. And Toronto will go the other way with it.
Boy, what a tough night. Imagine what their lead would be if he were having a better night from the field.
Suns leading by 6. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Dinwiddie, defended by Paul. Dinwiddie passes to Durant from deep. Matthews with the rebound. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for Toronto. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Here's Dinwiddie. Outside Durant, puts up a three. That one falls, coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got his third assist on the night. And so it's Phoenix with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Gordon out there with Plumlee. Then it's Matthews. Then there's Jimmy Butler. And it's Paul in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. And it's Plumlee that time on the assist by Matthews. Matthews has got his third assist on the night. Here's Dinwiddie, defended by Paul. Here's Levine. Can't hit that one. Good D by Matthews. Toronto trails by 4. Paul kicks to Butler. Wants to get it to Matthews and does. And the shot goes in.
Gritty effort by Wes Matthews. Just buries himself in the paint and connects on a quality look.
Pass to Collins. And here's Levine. The 3. It's hauled in by Gordon.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And they have certainly been looking locked in offensively.
They sure have. Staying aggressive and playing under control.
Here's Paul. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And no doubt Paul is still a top-tier point guard, a determined defender, and, of course, a remarkable distributor.
Boy, he's just been so consistent, right? I mean, every time he's gotten to the stripe, he's delivered. This is great stuff.
Dinwiddie passes to Collins. To the middle. And he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skills as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Yeah, he's rising to the occasion as you're trying to keep pace on the scoreboard.
Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Paul finds Matthews. 5 on the clock. 11 feet away. Another shot. And there's the nice layup by Plumlee. Plumlee's got the game tied up here for Toronto.
And wow, what a time to tie this game up, guys.
Incredible fortitude to bounce back like this. I think we're setting up for an awesome finish.
Left side, Butler. Over Durant. And again, it's Toronto converting.
We know this about Jimmy Butler. The guy has no fear. He delivers when his team needs it.
Phoenix has gone 6 of 14 with the 3 ball tonight. Just a little over 40%. Here's Durant. Here's Collins. And finished off by Collins.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength, just like that.
You know, it's an invaluable asset to have. He's as tenacious down there as anyone.
McGee with the block. Butler against Durant. Collins. And finished off by Collins.
Well, the multi-time scoring champion Kevin Durant is showing you he has got as complete a game as there is in the NBA. What a pretty pass.
Now here's Paul. Gordon kicks to Paul. To the middle. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force him to the line.
And he ends up making the second, and that narrows the gap to 1. Suns have gone 3 of 7 from the 4 in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Dinwiddie, defended by Paul. Durant against Gordon. Clock is at 3. Here's Collins. Sinks it.
Fearless, decisive, on point.
Which is exactly what you have to be, especially when your team needs a bucket.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 3. 35 seconds left in the game. Guys, what do you think?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, John Collins.
And his percentage from the field tonight seems almost made up. I didn't think it was possible to have that kind of success shooting the basketball. You need a little bit of luck, a bunch of hard work, and a whole lot of talent.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Well, Toronto's head coach had some words for his team during the break. He said, we've got to pick it up right here, right now. If we're going to win this game, we have to take control. This is the time. Kevin.
One thing you have to love about Spencer Dinwiddie is his confidence. Here's a guy who knows he belongs, and he's proving it with his play night after night.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 5. We've got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. We've got 22 seconds left in the game. Plumlee dishes to Matthews. It's good! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
The heat is on, and Matthews comes alive. His shot-making ability in these situations is downright crazy.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
He's able to make it a 2-possession game with some solid work at the line right there.
And so it's Paul bringing it up for Toronto. Here's Butler. Back to Matthews. Gordon for 3. A shot, no good. So it's Phoenix picking up the win. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. Thank you for joining.